We welcome you to a brand new league here on GridVision, the High Slide Thursday Night Truck Series. Welcome on in, everybody. It's Las Vegas. It's the trucks. It's bound to be a plate race here tonight. My name is Nick Stein, joined alongside Sheldon Adkins and, of course, Austin Derbyshire doing his weird thing in the production truck. And like I said, we are set for such a good race tonight. It's the trucks. It's Vegas. And Sheldon, welcome on in, man.
Hey, good to be here, man.
Yeah, of course, this is a brand new league here on GridVision, and I believe it's also a brand new league on iRacing as well. So a lot of news here, a lot of new things that we're going to have to go through here, and yeah, a lot of growing pains that we'll have to settle with here. But of course, it's Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We all know and love this place. Of course, the 9 degrees of banking on the front straightaway and through the tri-oval as well. And always, of course, the fun banking going down to the bumps of turns 1 and 2 at 20 degrees, and then going down the back straightaway as well. Also, I believe banked at 9 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. See if that's actually right, or if I'm just being dumb here. Aha! I was right. 9 degrees on the backstretch as well, and of course, the 20 degrees of banking as usual in turns 3 and 4. Very bumpy track here, Sheldon, and this should be a good one. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. And, I mean, honestly, this track, you got a lot of options here when you come here. Because you got that dynamic banking from the bottom to the top in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you kind of make other lines work around here. So it's always fun to see some people get these things working on the bottom. Some people get them working up top. I've always found the bottom saves a lot more tire, personally.
I believe you have some keys to the race here as well, which, I mean, Vegas always seems to have very similar keys to the race, so I'll let you run through those real quick.
Well, most importantly, clean air. Every track we go to, it seems like, especially with these trucks, is key. These things punch such a big hole in the air. When you get behind somebody, you end up losing the nose, burn the tires off. Then you're sad, your mom's sad. You know, it's not fun. And situational awareness. This place is run kind of like a plate race at the first half of the run. You really need to be mindful of who's on your quarter panel and whose quarter panel you're on. And above all else, momentum. You get in one of these corners, you have to back it down because you overdrove it. You're going to be hurting for about half a lap, possibly a full lap, depending on how many guys, slide themselves underneath you.
Always some things to keep in mind here at Las Vegas. And of course, we're going to get into our broadcast picks for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and take the 82 truck of Charlie Harcum, mainly because he runs 82, and that's also what I run. But he also looks really fast. He was up towards the top in practice, so hopefully he'll have himself a pretty good race tonight.
I'm going to go and pick Jordan Berry in that number 18 truck. League owner, to the best of my understanding, and I feel like I've seen his name around in a couple of open and fixed races throughout the years, so always go with a familiar face.
Of course, our producer, Austin Derbyshire, taking a friend of the show, Joseph Kazi, in the number 88 truck. So a lot of familiar picks here tonight on the show, and as I said, we're just raring to get going here, qualifying, getting ready to end here in about 15 seconds. Of course, looking at the weather, of course, it's May in Vegas, 80 degrees. It's always 80 degrees in May for whatever reason at Las Vegas. That track temp, though, going to be a little bit hot here, 96 degrees, even though it is already past 6 o'clock in sim time here. So that track temp's going to stay hot throughout the night. I wouldn't be surprised to see that thing dip below about 80 degrees here tonight. And as we get into the night, and of course, as we get into the grid, it's going to jump to about 6:45 in sim. That's my fault. But we're going to get into our starting grid here tonight. And the inaugural pole position going to be Jordan Rost with the 36.58 on the outside pole position with the 36.80. Starting third tonight, Martin Whitley with Brad Harris is outside in row number 2. Austin Derbyshire, Big Pitch, Joseph Ozzy starting in 5th place tonight with Cody Henderson in 6th position. Justin Burden going to be starting 7th with Jordan Berry in 8th place. Timothy Pendergrass in 9th place with Sean Merriman rounding out your top 10.
In 11th place, you got Derek Grigsby. On his outside, you have Charlie Harcum. 13th place, we have Levi McCarty, followed directly by Andrew Pendergrass. 15th, we have Scott Williams, followed by Jim Treat. In 17th, we got Austin Pendergrass. On his outside is going to be James Kerr, followed by Hunter Teague, Jacob Denson, and rounding out your top... Oh, sorry about that. Jacob Denson is rounding out your top 20.
And of course, rounding out the rest of your field tonight, Joshua Lucas in 21st, Jonathan Smith in 22nd, Alan Martin starting in 23rd, Andrew Shorter in 24th with Joseph Fogg in 25th, Taylor Toller is going to be in 26th, Edward Sexton in 27th, Nathan Aldris in 29th, and Garrett Velzy rounding out your field tonight, starting shotgun on the field, starting 29th position as trucks begin to roll here for the inaugural race at Las Vegas.
Yeah, we're going to be in for a show here. This place runs like a plate track, and this place is going to be gripped up from top to bottom because this track temp keeps on dropping. It's going to be a lot of dicey moves, and the fun thing about this place is when it does grip up at night, it feels like you can put it anywhere and make some kind of pace, so we're going to be in for some chaos.
I was going to say, that's the fun part about Vegas at night, in the trucks especially, is I feel like in the trucks, especially with the fixed setup, you could go flat out, even in the draft for about 30 laps, but I feel like if you're in the draft, you're going to be wanting to save tires here, as that's going to be a big thing with the dirty air here, is not burning that right front too quickly. But nonetheless, we're going to have a quick run to stage 1 here. Only 25 laps, so do not be surprised to see a lot of risky moves from these guys as they try to get this track position, try to get these trucks up closer to getting some stage points here tonight. And of course, getting that all elusive stage win and getting some extra playoff points, as well as this pace truck making its way through turns 3 and 4 here. As always fun to start off a new league here on GridVision, and being able to lead this show is going to be so much fun here tonight as the pace truck makes that hard left turn onto pit road as trucks edge towards the Geico restart zone. Green flag is here in the air for the initial race of the High Slide Racing League.
Got a big push coming from the 77 down here into turn 1 on your leader. Bottom line is cooking here.
Yeah, bottom line going to be overpowered here to start this race as Jordan Probst gets a huge push from the 77 of Mark Whitley. Joseph Causey and Andrew Chapman now trying to get into the fray for this battle for the lead. Got about a 4-car breakaway back to Justin Burden and Brad Harris, who are trying to get caught back up here, as it looks like it is going to be Jordan Probst leading the first lap of this season and of this league here. And that's a big-time test there as Mark Whitley now looking to his outside.
Oh, with a power move, he's going to rocket around on the top. It looks like Jordan Probst just got down there and shucked up a little bit. I guess he didn't want to lead this thing so early.
Oh, and we're going to have 3 wide here. Down into turn number 3, Joseph Causey takes it to the outside. Oh, man, the 8 truck. Who was that? I believe that was Justin Burden made a little bit of a hip check there on Jordan Probst there, and he just went from 1st to 8th in a lap.
Yeah, I was expecting that to be the first caution of the brand new league. Good driving by all those guys there. That could have been bad.
Joseph Causey on that outside line there trying to lead those guys up towards the lead, but you got that one breakaway car. That is Mark Whitley in the 77. He's pulled away by about 6 or 7 tenths, but that draft is quickly catching him here, and this just shows you how overpowered draft is here, because the gap at the line last time by was almost 7 tenths of a second. It's down to 4 tenths of a second just in one lap, so these guys catching really, really quick.
Yeah, they're gonna be steamrolling them here by the time they get out of turn 2. As you see the 25 ducking his nose down low a little bit, coming back up to pull that draft, get in tight with him. I was expecting a dive bomb, but I was wrong. Oh, a little bit of contact there between the 8 and the 9 going into 3. Impressive save by the 8.
Brad Harris in the 9, and I believe that was Justin Burden in the 8, making almost a little bit of contact there. Cody Henderson in the 7-10 now, trying to look to the middle, 3 wide possibly. Thinks better of it and backs out just a little bit. I think guys are really trying to figure out their trucks here. I mean, they really haven't had any practice here in these darker conditions, as, I mean, we're on times 4 time here, so we're going to get into the night here pretty quickly. I mean, it's already 7:07 in sim, and you can just see how dark it's starting to get outside. Sunset's going to be about 8:45 in sim, and I would not be surprised if we go to full darkness here by the end of this race. So I think these guys are just trying to figure out their trucks to start this run, seeing as the majority of their practice was about 3 o'clock in sim.
Oh yeah, but you're gonna be trying to figure it out. You're gonna be chasing it for the rest of the night here, because this place, she's pretty temperature sensitive here because you got so much time on throttle around it.
Definitely
Oh,
temperature sensitive. Is a hotter track usually leads to a looser track, whereas a cooler track will lead to a tighter track. And that track temp is still sitting at about 86 degrees right here. Air temp at 81 right now. So temperature's definitely cooling off as the sun starts to go down, but we do have a battle for the lead up front. Andrew Chapman in the 25, Brad Harris in the 9 up top, as these guys are dueling it out here. Lap 7 out of 140. And of course, remember, stage 1 is lap 25 here. So these guys racing hard here for some stage points. The 7:10 there goes below the apron. Cody Henderson. We also have, I believe that was Brad Harris. No, that was Justin Burden actually thought about going to the inside 3 wide down into turn 1.
yeah, these guys are giving it all they've got right now. Oh, big move down to the bottom here by the 17 is Henderson. He's going to get down here on the inside of the 25 going into 3. They're going to come out. Looks like the bomb's pulling it. Couldn't really tell from that camera.
Yeah, but that outside line definitely has the run here. They have more momentum off of that top line, and that lap is going to go to, oh, man, Brad Harris. Wow. Anyway, that lap is going to go to Andrew Chapman by 12 1/1000ths of a second at the line. Cody Henderson has the advantage, though, coming up off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, the 25, Andrew Chapman just barely has him by a nose. Down into turn number 3. This is a battle of who can give the better push going down the straightaways as Cody Henderson edges ahead off of turn number 4. He's going to get that lap by not much more than what Andrew Chapman had at the lap before. A hip check there from the 7:10 of Cody Henderson and the 25 of Andrew Chapman. Almost a little bit of contact down into 1.
Yeah, right now what that 25's need to do to kind of get the advantage here is he's either going to need to wait for them tires to burn off on the inside for the 710 of Henderson, or he's going to want to start getting a little more aggressive with the side draft. He's leaving a lot of laneway coming down the front straightaway here while the 710 hits the apron.
That lap is going to be the 25 of Andrew Chapman by 0.02 of a second there as a big-time push from Brad Harris in the 9, Justin Burden in the 8, falling off of the 7:10 of Cody Henderson just a little bit now. And Cody Henderson tried to go up there to the outside line, but there was unfortunately Brad Harris in the way.
Yeah, no, man, these guys are really getting after it here for the first stage. That's one thing's for certain.
Yeah, and you feel like the second group here, led by Joseph Causey and Mark Whitley, you feel like these guys are saving their tires a little bit, lifting off just a little bit in the corners, letting these top 4 burn their tires off. That way they'll catch him here towards the end of stage 1 as Joseph Causey getting a little bit tight there. The 45, I believe that's Timothy Pendergrass, takes us to the inside 3 wide, looking inside 3 wide. They're going to be offset 3 wide down into the corner here. Joseph Causey still to the inside of Mark Whitley. Timothy Pendergrass now falling back just a little bit. But Pendergrass now going to give it up, and they're back to 2 wide for about 5th.
Now, here's the thing about that saving tires here at the start for this first 25-lap stage. I really don't think that's going to make a whole lot of difference for these guys because it is such a short stage. You're not going to full cycle on the tires there. And then also, it's going to take so much to get by these guys if you even do get back to them.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, the last time I drove the truck at Las Vegas, which, God, this was, wow, well before the iRacing oval refresh, but the way we had to drive it was pretty much all-out push for 30 laps because that was the first time you would start to see some difference in the tires was after 30 laps. And I don't know how updated that is, but I would assume it would be pretty similar to what these guys are having to do now is push as hard as you can for about 30 laps.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And also, you're looking, too, like these guys up front, they kind of have about a second, like the leader has about a second advantage over the rest of this pack here. So over the guys that are, off the first breakaway anyway.
Yeah, Andrew Chapman leading this group by about 1/10 over Cody Henderson, and then it's about 3/10 back to Justin Burden and Brad Harris. And pretty much your entire top 12 within 2 seconds of each other right now. So really, this is really you're really wanting to play this like a plate race as now the lights have come on, and yeah, I don't think we're going to make it to the end of the stage 1 before complete darkness.
Yeah, another thing too with this thing darkened out, those guys are up there burning them tires off early. It's going to give them a little bit of a leeway too.
Yeah, these guys are pushing very, very hard here, and I mean, who wouldn't in a 25 lap stage? I mean, we're already 10 laps from the end of stage 1 here, 10 to go in stage 1. As a matter of fact, as comes to 21 to the inside here. That is Levi McCarty and Jordan Berry side by side, back in about 9th and 10th position here. As now Levi McCarty and Andrew Pendergrass getting into it with each other, as Pendergrass does a switchback there. I can't say just Pendergrass. There's 3 of them in this race.
That could get confusing pretty quick. Now, it looked like he tried to come down there and pull a slider, and he just got crossed over in 3 and 4.
Yeah, Andrew Pendergrass doing that slide over, crossover on Levi McCarty, who's now having to defend from Sean Merriman in the 1. But things single filing out pretty quickly here. I think these guys, we're starting to see who saved their tires and who didn't in this lead pack, because now you see the likes of Joseph Causey starting to move up. Jordan Probst is starting to get back up into this battle. Mark Whitley now looking to the inside of Brad Harris for 4th position down into turn number 1. And it looks like Brad Harris may have just got caught in the dirty air for just a little bit too long, as now Mark Whitley slides up in front of the 9 of Brad Harris. Brad Harris switches him back over and has the inside, but it's not going to be able to make a move down into turn number 3.
Oh, man, they're running tight there coming out of 4.
Yeah, Brad Harris and Joseph Causey there getting a little bit close for comfort off of turn number 4 with the outside wall there. And Brad Harris now on the inside of Joseph Causey in the 88 there. These guys getting real close. It looks like Causey has that move done pretty easily here, as now action should start picking up here, coming to 6 laps to go here in stage number 1. It is still the 25 of Andrew Chapman, your leader, the 710 of Cody Henderson right on his tail, about a 1/10.5 off. Justin Burden and Mark Whitley fighting for 3rd position in stage number 1. You got Joseph Causey starting to catch these guys as well, so I'll be curious to see if these guys who actually saved their tires are going to be able to catch up with Henderson and Chapman for this stage win here.
I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. They got a few trucks to get through to get up there to it. And time's running out, man. We're on lap 20. 21 now. It's going to give us 5 to go on this stage, or 4 to go on the stage. I don't think they can do it. I think they ran out of time. But they are in, spot for some good points, though.
Yeah, some good points to start off the season. It's always a welcome change, and I feel like that's what gets you set on a good season here. Of course, we got a pretty good long season here. I believe I saw 24 races for these guys this season, so these guys definitely have a bit of an endurance aspect when it comes to how long this season is.
Oh, to keep them honest, that's for sure. Especially when the playoffs come around.
It was close. It was 20 races on the dot. I don't know where I got 24 from, so don't listen to me.
Oh, there it is. 24 truck right there.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. I saw the 24 on the car of Austin Pendergrass and got confused with 20. Sure. I think.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll go with that. Yeah, that's totally what happened. Oh, my left brain cells is already showing up. This is not good.
It's okay. I've been in the booth with Edstrom for the past couple weeks, so I'm not much help.
Sorry for you. I feel sorry for you.
I wake up in the middle of the night screaming "Roll Tide," so. Yeah, these guys have really single-filed it out here. You can tell the tires are definitely playing into some guys' favor and some guys' detriment, as we see Causey make a power move for 4th place going into turn 3 on the 8 of Barden.
Yeah, Justin Burden now bumping the back of the 88 of Joseph Causey. You got 3 8s all in a line there, the 88 and the 8. That kind of sucked, but we'll go with it.
That's Triple Dale.
Hey, you're right, actually, but going down the back straightaway, Andrew Chapman is definitely pulling a lead here over Cody Henderson. He's pulled that gap out to about 0.3 of a second over the 710, who's falling back into the clutches of Mark Whitley. But looks like, for all intents and purposes, as we hit the white flag in stage number 1 here, this is Andrew Chapman's stage to lose, is down into turn number 1. Almost no pressure from behind from the 710 of Cody Henderson. And Mark Whitley, he's trying to get up to Cody Henderson, and Joseph Causey's also chasing these guys down, but there is just no time. If you had 5 more laps, you probably could have done it, but not going to mean anything. It's coming up off of turn number 4. Andrew Chapman in the 25 going to win the inaugural Stage 1 here of the High Slide Truck Series. That is your real assist stage winner. Andrew Chapman in the 25, taking his first stage win of the season.
Let's go drive. He got that thing. He got up there into that clean air early, and he just never let it go.
Don't think we're going to have a break for the stage here, so these guys are going to continue racing. But that was the end of Stage 1 there. With that, we're going to go and take a quick commercial break. Stay right here. We'll be back with more coverage of the High Slide Racing Truck Series from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here live at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the nighttime is the right time for the High Slide Racing League trucks here, as we just had green flag pit stops there. If you saw in the side-by-side action, Joseph Causey cycled out to the lead as he had a bit of a quicker pit stop than Mark Whitley, and I believe it was, who was it in the lead? I believe it was Cody Henderson that was in the lead. Oh, Andrew Chapman, yeah, he had a slow stop. He's back in traffic now with the likes of Cody Henderson, Jordan Berry, Jacob Deason, and Charlie Harcum. Actually, this is a pretty big pack here. This is going up to third place. And it's about 2 seconds up to the leaders of Causey and Whitley.
Oh, and Causey, Whitley's up here diving on the bottom of Causey going down into turn 3.
Yeah, these guys are battle for the lead here.
I think he's going to be able to get him clear coming out of 4 here as he slides right back up in front of him. Is he going to try and cross him over, going down the front straightaway? Yes, he is.
And the sad thing is, I know exactly what Joseph Causey's doing right now. he's just playing with his food right now. He's saving his tires, not really pushing at all right now. I can already tell you that.
Oh, yeah, and there's a huge gaggle of trucks right behind these guys going into 1 and 2.
Yeah, like I said, that's from about 3rd back to about 9th. Yeah, 3rd to 9th here in this just huge hornet's nest of trucks here. And that's another 2nd back to the 8 of Justin Burden. And then it's pretty much the rest of the field behind him. So, yeah, these guys definitely trying to play the draft train actually here. It looks like just getting single file, trying to push as much as they can in the corners, trying to catch up to Joseph Causey and Mark Whitley up in your 2 lead trucks here.
Yeah, and I just wonder what happened to Chapman there. He lost a lot of spots on pit road on that.
I think he just had a little bit longer of a stop, it looks like. Go back and look real quick.
I mean, I do know this is a pretty difficult pit road to get into, especially on hot, worn-out tires.
Yeah, you see pit stop times there on the left of the ticker there. Joseph Causey with a 13.8 second pit stop time. That's what got him the lead, with Mark Whitley having a 14.4 second pit time, and you see Andrew Chapman with a 14.5. So not the slowest pit stop of that cycle, but he's definitely the one that got the most screwed out of that, as he lost a ton of time. He went back to, I believe, about 8th position. Now worked his way back up to 4th.
I'd fire them all. Whole crew.
Goodbye. Get out. You lost me too much time. First pit stop of the year. I'm not even going to allow you guys a chance to make up for it.
Yeah, nope, gone.
That is a good driver right there, firing your pit crew after 1.
Hey, it worked for Lightning McQueen, didn't it?
That's true. Unfortunately, I've fired my pit crew so many times, and they still suck, so.
Oh, you got the Kevin Harvick pit crew.
Yeah.
Rip.
Or if we do a throwback here, the 2019 Christopher Buescher Xfinity pit crew.
I mean, we could just bring out the Morgan Shepherd pit crew from back in the day. Climb out of the truck climb out of the truck during the pit stop, change the tires yourself, get back in it, and go.
Yep, we'll do that. That's the ultimate not bad pit crew. I guess the ultimate test for a driver is a good way, to put that.
I think he should have used his roller skates for those stops.
I would have loved to see that. Causey back up to the lead there. Him and Mark Whitley seeming to calm down their battle. They're seeing that Andrew Chapman and co are really starting to catch him here. That gap's come down by about 0.7 of a second, from about just over 2 seconds to now down to 1.3. So that clean air really helping Andrew Chapman in the 25. But here pretty soon, he's going to start hitting that dirty air wake from the likes of Mark Whitley and Joseph Causey. I believe it's right when you get to about under 1.2 is when you start feeling the effects with the truck. So they're right on the edge of that window right now, and you're already starting to see it kind of affect this. They really didn't gain as much through that corner as they have previously.
Yeah, it's kind of like just being stuck behind a invisible wall when you get behind these guys. If he can get through that bubble though a little bit and work his way up there, that draft should be pulling him straight back forward. So let's see what happens here. So we got another side-by-side battle for the lead between Causey and Whitley here.
It did calm down as Whitley had to back off down into turn number 1. Causey just saving his tires a little bit here. Not really trying to push too hard from the looks of it. And I think he's just trying to control the pace of the race here right now. I think he's okay with letting Andrew Chapman and co catch them and get into their draft as long as he can control the race a little bit here.
Yeah, but if Whitley keeps on charging and trying to make these aggressive moves on Causey here for the lead, it's going to bring that second pack right back up there.
Yeah, that's true, but you also got to remember stages at 75, and while these guys will have to pit one more time here in stage number 2, that's still a long green flag run to have on tires. And it looks like Mark Whitley is already starting to fall off as these guys are getting them. They're about halfway into this fuel run, it looks like. So It definitely looks like Mark Whitley is starting to fall off just a little bit. While he's still in that draft bubble, I do think he is maybe starting to fall off just a tad.
Yeah, you see him ducking it down here low to try and get a little bit of clean air to the front splitter so he can try and charge some kind of run off of the corner. But I don't see him being able to get by him right now. I think Causey's just done a great job of maintaining his pace and maintaining these tires. Of course, I do jinx everybody when I talk, so, I could be just entirely wrong.
Oh, my God. Another one? Another one who jinxes everyone he talks about?
My first 3 races, I was pretty much 0 for 500.
Hey, fair enough. I mean, I do the same thing with our Wednesday night league. I feel like anyone I pick just is destined to have a bad race, and it is now culminated with me picking on the league owner.
Yeah, I picked Levine at Darlington, and he ended up driving modified for the second half of the race.
Hey, don't worry. I picked him at Kansas, and he ended up upside down in the catch fence, so.
He doesn't have fun on here anymore, does he?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him that next time he's in here. According to our producer, that answer is a big fat no.
A 10 for.
Understandable. Understandable. iRacing gets very frustrating when you get about above 4,000 iRating. Me personally, I've never hit that. I'm still a third split warrior down here, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
I hit 4,500 and I said, "Hey, yard sale."
Yard
back to 2K.
Oh, it's got to be the greatest thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth, and I've only known you for 37 minutes.
Make sure your helmet's on tight, kiddo. You're in for a ride.
I don't have a helmet. That's probably why I don't have any brain cells.
No, you've been talking to Edstrom.
That too, but I lost my brain. No. I lost my helmet a couple of years ago, unfortunately.
I'm wearing mine right now.
Is that why your hair is all messy?
In part. Yeah, it does not look like third place is really able to mount a charge right now. I wonder if he's burned his stuff off trying to catch up to him because he's dropped back down. He was teetering in around a second. Oh, and a big slide down the back straightaway here. Wonder if he's pitting.
Looks like he may be here. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I won't make noises until something happens. Ooh. Oh, way late on. No, that's going to hurt him so bad.
That's probably what kind of screwed him up in the first stage on that first pit stop.
It is also so easy to psych you out with pit road here at Vegas, or just any of these mile and a halves. Kansas is really bad about it too. You missed that. Oh, I think the speed limit's 55. Oh,
Was
no.
he speeding? Did the Las Vegas Highway Patrol punch him? No, they did not.
No, it's so easy to psych yourself out on this pit road because it feels like you have all the time on the road to get down it. Then you get there and you got maybe 5 feet to figure it out.
I was going to say, I mean, people always look at me funny when I say Las Vegas is one of the hardest pit roads to get on. They're like, it's a mile and a half. It shouldn't be that hard. Well, you try coming down pit road at 180 miles an hour, and so let's see how far you make it.
Oh, yeah. Just all the D-ovals, Chicagoland was pretty rough, too. I remember back in the day.
Yeah, I feel like the most difficult pit roads to get onto on iRacing and in real life are definitely Dover's number one. I mean, if you try to say Dover's not number one most difficult pit road to get onto, you're just lying to yourself. As we got more green flag pit stops here at Las Vegas after about 20 laps in this run. Got the likes of, I believe that is the 8 truck of, if I can find him on my running list, Justin Burden. Got Jacob Denson as well down pit road, Levi McCarty, Charlie Harcum, and a couple of other guys coming down pit road. So it looks like these guys are trying to split this stage in half and just run it out to the end.
Yeah, that would be your easiest bet. I do like what I really like what the 25 did on his pit sequence there. Coming in early, get a little bit fresher tire, come out here, try to make up that distance that you lost on that first pit stop.
Yeah, you definitely will, but there's also the fact that you're going to lose that as soon as Joseph Causey and Mark Whitley come down pit road, as we're seeing pit road become a busy place as the 18 truck overshoots just a little bit and has to back up a couple of times. 18 truck at Jordan Berry, unfortunately, having some mistakes, but back up to our leaders, Joseph Causey and Mark Whitley, who have been nose and tail for the better part of 23 laps at this point. I feel like Mark Whitley has surprisingly been able to stay on the rear end of the 88.
Yeah, right now if you're Whitley, you got to be kind of losing your mind. You had a couple passes on him early, and now you just can't figure out a way to get around him.
Yeah, that's why I feel like the truck is the most frustrating thing to drive, especially. I know we're getting a brand new Aero model here soon for the truck, which will be a very welcome change. But currently, I feel like the truck is definitely the most just frustrating truck to drive. Is got another truck coming down pit road here, but it definitely is just so frustrating purely because of the dirty air this thing creates. I mean, people say, "Oh no, you can't do dirty air without a diffuser." Yes, you can. Shut it. But the aero model that the truck has right now is just it's so difficult to get the draft, as Mark Whitley now coming down pit road. But the draft, it really doesn't work as well as you would want it to with this truck. So it's just so difficult to make passes.
Wait, there are actually people that say you can't have dirty air without a diffuser?
Yes, it is a scary amount of people.
Did they not watch the racing from 2010 to yesterday?
A lot of them probably weren't born before then, so.
You do. I am getting old.
I am too. I'm only 20 and I still feel old.
Man, making me feel like a grandpa over here. Our producer's over here waiting in line for his tapioca and meds.
I was going to say, so it seems like I make everyone feel very, very old here. This is very sad.
You don't know nothing, kiddo.
Okay. There's got Andrew Pendergrass now coming down pit road. A couple other guys is Joseph Causey deciding to take it the long way here, as he should be coming to the end of his pit cycle here within the next lap or two, because we saw these guys go, what, 29 laps there on that first run, so that should lead these guys to pit at about lap 58 or 59 here, depending on how much fuel you save. So Joseph Causey should be down pit road either this time or next time by.
I don't know how much it's I don't know how much it's going to help him. You know, staying out that long, you're going to lose a lot of time on the undercut.
Well, there's also the fact that you got the shorter run to the end of stage 2 here, so while yes, fresher tires are going to be a lot faster, as you see it right here. You got a lap card. Look at that. That is the difference between fresh tires and 28 lap old tires there. But what I'm getting at here is, while yes, you lose a lot of time staying out long, the amount of time you gain back from, you know, going long is insane, because the people that pit before you, they're going to be on older tires. It's Joseph Causey now pulling it down pit road in the 88 truck here. Ooh, a little bit hot. Slow it down, Causey. There you go. But Joseph Causey will gain a lot of time, I feel like, staying out this long. Is that's going to put the 91 truck of Jordan Probst back up into the lead. He was your pole sitter tonight, actually.
Nice looking Starbucks hot rod he's got there.
Starbucks is overrated. I'll fight on that.
Oh, I agree. But it's not often you see a brown car. Truck does look better than coffee taste.
Yeah, that
100% agree with that.
There's only like one drink I actually like from Starbucks, and I get that like once a year.
It's the puppuccino, isn't it?
No, it is not. It's the I don't even know the name of it. That's how long it's been since I've ordered at Starbucks, but as soon as I see it, I know what it is, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty good. It is not the unicorn frappuccino, no, Darby.
It's got to be the unicorn frappuccino.
It is not. I wonder how many guys, how many brain cells you guys have lost over the last hour and a half.
Wait, you guys have brain cells? Mom said it's my turn with the brains.
Unfortunately, I called all-time dibs on the brain cell.
Ah.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah, it is overworked and underpaid. Looks like pit stops are starting to cycle out here. Mark Whitley, you were overall leader by about a second over Andrew Chapman in the 25. Causey cycles out into third spot here. Scott Williams still yet to pit, but I mean, he was about 20 seconds behind these guys when pit stops did roll out, and he is on pit road, or coming off of pit road right now, actually, in the 00. So that should promote Mark Whitley back up into the lead. Andrew Chapman up into second, and Joseph Causey up into third here. But we shall see.
I was completely wrong. I figured Causey to be about 6-7 seconds back. Man, he's riding around here 3 seconds off the leader. I figured staying out that long was going to hurt him. I guess the tire fall off isn't as dramatic as I thought it would be.
Yeah, he's really going to catch Andrew Chapman here. I mean, knowing how quickly Chapman burned his tires off in the last run, you see right there the stint length so far. And Chapman on the 13-lap old tires there. He is definitely on the oldest tires with Sean Merriman down in 11th. But 10-lap fresher tires, it may not seem like a lot here at a place like Las Vegas, but that definitely adds up fairly quickly here, as Mark Whitley is also on 8-lap old tires as well. So Causey definitely going to be catching these guys pretty quickly. It'll be interesting to see if he catches Mark Whitley, though. You know, and you see a couple of guys. Joseph Causey mainly 8.5 second pit stop. That is definitely 2 tires for the 88. So I believe Mark Whitley also took 2 tires with a 10.8 second pit stop. And looking through the top 10 and top 15, those look like the only guys that took 2 tires here. So Chapman could be the one that gains the most time here, since he did take 4 fresh tires.
I don't know. That kind of feels like a gas and go to me. I mean, I might be wrong.
No, gas and go would be about 4 seconds.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, gas and go would be 4 seconds. 2 tires is between 8 and 10, and then 4 is between 13 and infinity. So,
we got somebody in chat saying they took 2. So,
yeah, I figured as much. As Joseph Causey definitely seems like that type of guy to make a dumb strategy call. And I'm joking. It could be totally smart. We never know. I'm only saying that because I'm friends with Joseph Causey. Don't cancel me, Twitter. Had a pretty good battle for about P16 here, as a good group of about 5 or 6 cars here going nose to nose. You got, I believe, this is James Kerr, Scott Williams, Nathan Aldrich. These guys are, of course, right as we put our camera on them, they calm down and don't go side by side. Commentators curse for you.
They race. They're just, they don't want to see it on TV. They're getting camera shy.
Hey, fair enough. I mean, happens to the best of us.
Oh, yeah. Look at those watermelons. Hang on.
Look at them melons, brother. My God. Ross Chastain's wet dream.
It is a Chastain paint. It's beautiful. Use your melon. We don't.
No, we don't. We don't have brain cells here on GridVision.
This is the quality content you get from GridVision. Thanks for signing us in.
Welcome on in to the, I can't say that word, show. Because I would probably get fired if I said that word. But this is what long green flag runs do to us. Let's be honest here.
I figured I'd give the long pause there to really make you think about what you said. Oh, man, 3 wide going into the tri-oval here.
Hello.
On the inside of Causey. Looks like the 8 of Barry.
Justin Burden and Jacob Denson here.
My bad, I'm looking at the entire wrong names.
Looks like 2 tires. Yeah, 2 tires
like a rock.
Not the call. So it looks like I was right. Ha-ha.
I mean, that is a Chevy, so like a rock.
I know.
Oh, like a rock.
Granted, I'm a Ford fan. I've always been depressed.
Yeah. Yeah, till this week, how's that winless route been treating y'all?
Not very good, considering my favorite driver got snuffed out of wins 2 weeks in a row. We'll see if he can make it 3 in a row at North Wilkesboro.
You a Busher fan? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's been a fun ride watching him from 2016, dude.
Dude, I instantly became a fan of him when he went barrel rolling down the backstretch at Dega. Like, that's when I don't know why, but that's when I became a fan of Chris Buescher. I don't know what it is. I don't know what made me become a fan of him then, but I've been a fan of him ever since then. And I followed him from the 34 into the 17, and it's been a wild ride.
Yeah, his first year was the same year as Chase's. So I went the contrarian pick because I got tired of hearing about Chase Elliott pretty quick.
Same. I'm glad that we are both avid Chase Elliott haters.
Which is wild because I'm a diehard Hendrick fan. Make it make sense.
I used to be a Hendrick fan, but I don't know what it is. I just stopped liking them as a team. It's not that I hate them. I just don't like any of the drivers anymore.
It's
You
all
know,
right. We should probably change the subject before people start showing up at our doors with torches and pitchforks.
Bring them on. I live in an apartment. I dare them to go through 260 apartments trying to find mine.
That's an eviction.
Oh, hey, look at that. By the way, we're coming up to the end of stage 2 here. I believe stage 2 was at lap 75, right?
Yes, it is.
All
And
right.
right now, Whitley has a demanding lead on Chapman. It's going.
It is going up very quickly.
It is going to take something devastating for him to finish second in this stage, that's for sure.
What about a C word?
Hey, don't make fun of my mommy.
I say it. Okay. I meant caution.
Fired.
I meant caution, not that word.
Oh, yeah, one of those? Yeah, that would probably...
One of those C words, not the other C word that everyone's probably thinking of.
I don't think they'd be able to race it. Get it going green in time, so...
Yeah, you're probably right. Just coming up off of turn number 4 now. Mark Whitley coming to take 2 laps to go here in stage number 2. Our eyes are on this battle, though, for about 6th place between Justin Burden and Levi McCarty. Of course, a couple of guys that have really found themselves in the top 10 pretty much all day, as Jacob Denson actually is battling Justin Burden for that 5th spot there. So Denson's actually your biggest mover tonight, if I'm not mistaken. He's gone from 20th up to a high of about 4th place in that 79 truck. So, but our eyes are on Mark Whitley as he comes to take the white flag in stage number 2 here. Remember, no caution. Actually, we may have a caution here as they close the pit entrances. So, well, we're all in a state of limbo here. We don't know what's going to happen here. But going down into 1 and 2, Mark Whitley demanding 4-second lead over Andrew Chapman in what was expected to be a plate race here at Las Vegas. He has managed to pull 4.5 seconds over the 25 of Andrew Chapman. Cody Henderson there in 3rd position as well, just right behind Chapman, but coming up off of turn number 4. First stage win of the season for Mark Whitley in the 77 truck. Going to win stage number 2 here.
That was absolutely impressive for him to get out there and get such a big lead. It is so hard to do that here at Las Vegas, where the draft is just such a key factor. And we have the stage yellow, so...
Hey, first caution of the night, and it's not for cause. It is a stage caution here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway after Mark Whitley takes stage number 2 in that 77 truck after pulling over almost a 5-second lead over the field. With that caution, we're going to go ahead and take our second commercial break of the night. Stay right here. We'll be right back with pit stops and stage 3 coverage here on GridVision.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back live here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the High Slide Thursday Night Truck Series here. And it has been an enthralling one so far tonight. Mark Whitley takes stage number 2. Andrew Chapman took stage number 1 as he's coming down pit road here to top off on fuel. But it has been an interesting one. This is our first caution of the night on lap 75, and it wasn't for cause, it was for the stage break. Stage number 2 was at lap 75, and we are now 1 lap to green here, and I think it's time to go here. It's definitely time to start picking up the pace. I don't know about you, Sheldon, but I feel like it is definitely time to get things going here. As you're realistically, if you could save enough fuel, you only have 1 more stop here. Oh, good talk. Anyway, but I like I'm saying, I do think it is time to maybe pick up the pace if you're a little bit further back from about 10th on back here. But it definitely seems like these guys are taking that saving aspect a little bit more aggressively here. As you got Joseph Causey, he was leading a ton of laps in stage number 2. But he's back in 4th place now. Got a couple of guys that we really haven't seen up in the top 5 at all tonight. Jordan Berry in the 18 truck, he's up here. We got Jacob Denson, he's up here for the first time tonight. You got Levi McCarty, Charlie Harcum. A lot of your guys in the top 10 who've been in the top 10 are now back up into the top 10 after taking pit stops in the middle of stage number 2 there. So should be an enthralling one here as we got our first restart on the new season here. As it should be Mark Whitley taking control of this one as they come down to the Geico restart zone here. Green flag back in the air here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway as Mark Whitley gets a big-time jump over Jordan Berry and Cody Henderson. Sorry, I'm so used to saying Colton Henderson. There's another guy in officials that's Colton Henderson, and it's confusing. Coming up off of turn number 2, though, draft starting to take effect here as now Cody Henderson to the inside, or excuse me, Jacob Denson to the inside of Cody Henderson here. You got Charlie Harcum in the 82 getting clear of the 88 of Joseph Causey, who's saving tires here. He's now got Andrew Pendergrass to his inside. Levi McCarty giving him a pretty good shot, and behind Pendergrass, oh, lost track here. There's the 75 truck of James Kerr giving a pretty good shot there, as now they're going to be 3 wide off of turn number 2 here. Actually, a few rows deep, almost 4 wide a little bit further back. As things starting to kick off here for the lead, you got Jacob Denson now in the lead, getting a huge push from Jordan Berry. Cody Henderson is in 3rd, and Mark Whitley fell like a rock.
We've got 9 cars under a blanket right now, 3 wide action running all the way through the top 10 of this field. This is where it's starting to get dicey, man.
Yeah, I feel like this is where we're going to see our first caution for cause on the new season. These guys are definitely picking up the pace like I was talking about before we went back green here. I mean, we went green with 60 laps to go here, and if you play your cards right, if you're Joseph Causey, if you're Mark Whitley, you're saving fuel here. Because realistically, if you could save enough fuel, save about a lap of fuel, you only have 1 more pit stop to make here.
Oh, yeah, just get yourself, squared away somewhere in that draft. Get somebody behind you, somebody just a couple car lengths ahead of you. Roll that throttle about 3/4 down the straightaway. Try to pick it all back up in the corner, and you'll be set to go from there.
Yeah, Jordan Berry to the inside now of Jacob Denson in the 79. Cody Henderson to his outside, pushing the 79 here. A couple of cars up here we haven't talked about tonight. Andrew Pendergrass on the 44 up in 4th place. Charlie Harcum in the 82 as well in this lead draft. Got a couple of other cars behind these guys. James Curran, Levi McCarty in this draft as well, as side-by-side 3 rows deep for the lead in this lead draft here. And business definitely starting to pick up here.
Yeah, it is, and I like what the 21's kind of doing there at the back of the pack. He's riding around staying these guys' wake. He's off-centering himself in the corner so he can get a little bit of clean air to the nose, save a little bit of tire. Maybe he'll be coming on strong at the end of this thing.
And if you're doing even better, you're doing exactly what Joseph Causey's doing right now. He's sitting about a second off of this draft right now, or about a half a second off of this draft, just saving fuel. I've been watching him a couple of laps. He's been lifting off on the straightaways and just kind of rolling the car into the corner here, just trying to stay right on the edge of the draft. Oh, man.
Big wobble out of 17 there on the top of Henderson. Just about came down and smoked the right side off of Jordan Berry. Good save. I would expect them to play nice with each other right now, but it doesn't look like it. As you see the 18 try to slide up in front of the 82 down the back straightaway, but he's going to get a huge push from the 21 of Pendergrass going into turn 3.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I feel like it's go time here, just to try and get some track position if you're a little bit further back. And a lot of these guys that started on the lower end of the top 10 took that to heart here, as you got a lot of guys we haven't really talked about much tonight. So it definitely feels like these guys are trying to pick up the pace and just keep this track position here.
Yeah, and sorry, Miles jumped there. That the 21 is Levi McCarty, not Pendergrass. Apologies.
First mistake. That's another $1 off your pay.
I woke up today. That was the beginning of it. So, yeah, truck racing. Fun.
Sorry,
the 44 just went 3, slid up off the apron into the back of the 18 down there on the tri-oval.
One of the Pendergrass trio here, Andrew Pendergrass in that 44, trying to get up here and get into this lead battle. And he's been up here, but not really in the battle for the lead like a lot of these guys have been. So I think he's trying to play consistency here. Just try and keep his truck clean, and hopefully these guys, I think he's hoping these guys wad it up here and he can come out the big winner here.
Well, no, I think we've gotten to that point now where the tires are starting to fade off. You're not going to see as aggressive moves come out of these guys up here at the front of the pack. I think we're just getting to the point where we're about to end up single file here and riding. As we see one tuck up to the top here. The 18 of Barry.
Yeah, Levi McCartney threw a bit of an aggressive block there, and the 18 of Barry said no.
Oh, contact.
Oh! How they didn't wreck there, I will never know, but side by side for the lead here, Jacob Denson and Cody Henderson side by side for the lead. That gave that lap to Cody Henderson by 6 1/1000ths of a second at the line. But it's Jacob Denson on the outside, keeping that momentum that we've talked about so much earlier in this race. He's keeping that momentum and keeping it going. He's clear of Cody Henderson down into the corner, but that inside line starts to fight back a little bit here, but Cody Henderson has no help on that inside.
No, you need somebody pushing you to get spots here at this point in the run. And also, I did want to say that Jordan Berry is probably the luckiest man in Las Vegas right now, because he got out of that without a lick of damage.
But what about the guy that probably just won the lottery?
No, he's terrible.
Or the guy that just won the jackpot at one of the 700,000 casinos?
No, didn't happen.
Fair enough, as we got a truck down pit road, the 81 truck of Edward Sexton bringing it down pit road. Meanwhile, our eyes go back up to this absolute hornet's nest from about first on back through infinity here. Back to about 12th position.
Yeah, we got a gripped up track. We got a lot of downforce, and we don't have a whole lot of horsepower. You know, this place has gotten dark. She's nice and cool. These guys got nothing but grip right now.
Speaking of weather, track temp has actually gone up here to about 88 degrees, so these guys definitely feeling a little bit loose and fast here, but the air temp down to about 82 degrees Fahrenheit, that's actually gone up as well. Why does it get hotter at night in Vegas? That's weird.
That is strange. It's
Because
I'm gonna need to talk about a patch because I'm pretty sure deserts get freezing cold at night.
probably, but I mean, wasn't the air temp at the start of this race 81 degrees? My one brain cell's currently. It's also probably the 4x time that we're under, as it's already 10:30 in sim with just over 45 laps to go here tonight. So, dang, we'll probably hit about midnight here by the time this thing's over. Pulling a Taylor Burris line out here, keeping an eye on the action throughout the field here. And these guys are, yeah, you were right, Sheldon. These guys are definitely starting to single file out a little bit. We're starting to see the guys who saved start to move up, as Joseph Causey now is working his way through this hornet's nest. As I believe we may have had a truck in the wall there in turn 1, possibly. May have been Andrew Pendergrass in the 44 as he's fallen back a little bit, but Joseph Causey to the inside. He looks like he's going to go for the 2-for-1 special.
Oh, and he's coming so close to grabbing it. Oh, and he's... that outside line is so much momentum, though. It is so hard to get anything done, but you see Barry getting in line with him, trying to push him. Past his 21 here of McCarty. And I think
he will
get it done here.
Yeah, he will get clear of the 21 of Levi McCarty, and now sets his sights on Cody Henderson, Charlie Harcum, and Jacob Denson. Your 3 breakaways that have broken away by about half a second over the rest of this field here. These guys have been racing incredibly hard and being able to pull away. That is surprising.
It goes to show the script these things have in them right now.
Yeah, for sure, especially with...
Because we got a 3 wide move going into 1 here.
Oh!
They thought a little bit better of it, but we got the 75 up in the fence, it looked like.
I believe that was James Kerr. Yeah, he was up in the wall for just a second. Got a little bit too hot up into the corner. Didn't hit it too hard, but was definitely up in the wall and lost a good chunk of time to the likes of Joseph Causey, Levi McCarty, and Jordan Berry. But that draft, man, that draft is just so stupidly powerful here. It's not even funny.
Not at all. Also, I've noticed, looks like our boy Mark Whitley, man, he was Superman the first 2 stages of this thing, just about. He's cycled himself back out in 11th right now.
That's probably, I'll bet money. I will bet like 62 cents that he's probably saving fuel right now.
62 cents? I'll
yeah,
take that bet.
Because if you win, PayPal fees they take away 61 cents, so you only get 1 cent.
Huh. Hey Darby, do you take that bet? Darby doesn't take that bet.
He's not a gambling man. Oh my God,
wow.
Darby, that's wow.
God.
I swear, this man just roasts me for fun at this point.
He does it to all of us.
No, he bullies me more than the other guys.
What do you do that makes him bully you more?
Do my job.
Have you done any self-reflecting?
Every night, I cry myself to sleep, and that's my self-reflection.
Well, that's
that's
just depressing. That's not funny.
The war flashbacks get to me every night.
But as young as you are, what are you talking about? Getting smoked on Fortnite?
Oh man!
We got Pitters 79 coming down. Denson. He's gonna bring the 21 with him. The 21 slacking up. Just about sent the 79 down pit road.
How Levi McCarty did not get a speeding penalty there, I will never know. That was very surprising that he did not get a speeding penalty there somehow, but this should be,
I'll tell you what, the 79's life just flashed before his eyes right there.
Definitely is now Charlie Harcum in the 82 bringing it down pit road. He's got another couple of, oh, Harcum, save it, brother. Keeps that thing straight. Derek Grigsby behind him had his life flash before his eyes there. But that's going to leave Cody Henderson, Joseph Causey, and Jordan Berry now fighting for the lead up front. Henderson seems to be struggling just a little bit on those tires, but I'm surprised to see these guys pitting so early. We thought the fuel window was about 30 laps here, but it's after Actually, yeah, that is almost 30 laps here for these guys.
I think they might know better than we do.
Probably. We're just
I
dumb
would hope
commentators. We don't
so.
know what I was going to say, we're just dumb commentators. They're on the track and we're not. But at the end of the day, we're getting paid and they aren't.
Look, we're only here because we both have a face for radio.
Yeah, you're right. I can't fight that.
Almost 4 wide battle here.
For the lead as well as 3 wide for second place here. Cody Henderson, James Kerr, and Jordan Berry. 3 wide here for second place. Henderson backs out. And the 75 of James Kerr making that outside line work, running that Larson, or I guess Reddick line now is a good way to put it, but he is definitely making that outside work.
I still go by the Harry Gant line.
Ah, we got an oldie. What was it, $7 for a house back in your time?
No, 35 cents.
Damn, you're old.
That was for a house and a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, I guess it was 45 cents for a car as well.
No, we walked uphill both ways in the snow
In the middle of summer.
in the middle of summer.
120 degrees, snowing outside, walked uphill both ways in a rainstorm.
Barefoot on top of hot coals. Darby.
Darby. Oh man,
America,
there's some
brother.
roasts. There are some roasts that I wish people could hear, and then there's other times where I wish Darby couldn't speak at all. That was one of them that I wish people could hear.
I really wish we could just get him in on here. Oh, into the wall, the 44. Push gone wrong down the back straightaway from the 710 of Henderson.
Yeah, the 44 of Andrew Pendergrass getting up into the wall there. He's up in 4th position here. Jordan Probst and Jordan Berry, the Jordan and Jordan show, spelled two different ways, of course. Battling for 2nd position here.
Yep, he's coming in with a top line move on Probst here.
They
Looks
did
like
fall
he's
back.
getting the momentum down the straightaway.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew Pendergrass definitely picking up the pace here in that 44 truck. He's looking to the outside for the lead here off of 4, possibly.
I don't think Causey's going to push him too hard for it, because I think Causey's still committed to that deep saving strategy right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got about 2 more laps before he's on the edge of the fuel window here. I think he's looking at about lap 111, 112 to make a pit stop and make his final stop of the race here as Pendergrass goes from the top to the bottom, from the wall to the white. He's coming down pit road. Big checkup from these guys. There's a lot of guys coming down pit road here. Andrew Pendergrass, Jordan Probst, Cody Henderson, Jordan Berry, Taylor Toller, James Kerr, Joshua Lucas down pit road as well.
I couldn't tell if we were wrecking or pitting there.
Same. And actually, here comes Joseph Causey down pit road as well. That leaves Mark Whitley to the lead, running the long strat here. But pit stops and what we think is money stops for a lot of these guys taking place here on lap number 110 out of 140. And a lot of saving is needed to make it to the end from here.
Look, the only reason you're coming back in after this is either UA miscalculated how much fuel you had in it, or we decided to wreck them up.
It's like that old saying, you're either coming back at pit road upside down and on fire, or I screwed up.
Ah, Clint Boyer fan.
I hated Clint Boyer, actually.
Oh man, what's not to like?
I saw something on Twitter that the only reason he's a good commentator if he's in a car. Because some of the things, I can't deny, some of the things he said in the car were absolutely hilarious.
Dude, some of those radio actors from back in the day were just absolute heat.
Oh, God. I remember, what was it? Was it the 2015 Kansas one? The summer race where Danica Patrick and Landon Castle were playing Recce Spinney.
There was a lot of races like that.
That's true, but I feel like that one was the funniest one where Clint Boyer said those 2 back markers need to bleep and get off the bleeping track before I go over there and bleeping, you know what? A lot of bleeps in that.
Yeah, I miss Boyer.
He-
Just for
he-
commentary.
Yeah. He's meh in the booth.
Well, it is Fox, and to keep up with Austin Edstrom's typical trends, Fox is terrible. So
That is
there we
true.
go. Either way, we got Denson leading this thing right now. Out here to a
Got
nice
it.
little 2-second lead.
I was gonna say, you got to remember Jacob Denson's on very old tires compared to the rest of these guys. If we can get that pit stop graphic up again, I believe he was one of the first guys to pit here. Actually, no, him and Charlie Harcum came down around the same time. But you see that top 5, they're all on old tires compared to the rest of the field who came down just about 2 or 3 laps ago here. So these guys definitely going to be playing the long game here. They're definitely going to have to pit one more time here. I don't understand the play to get pit early here.
Well, I think they might be banking on a potential caution. I mean, you got to look at it this way. If you got the stage points, you've gotten this late in the race. Yeah, you're going to get some points for, where you finish and everything, but you're not going to win if you follow and do exactly what the leader does, especially if you start to fall back into that pack a little bit.
That is true, but if you're also pitting 10 laps before the fuel window opens, it's definitely an interesting call, but banking on a caution in a race that's only had one caution for a stage break is, I'm not going to say it's an interesting strategy, I'll say. I don't see what the play is here, but there's a reason. This is an old favorite saying of mine. There's a reason they're on the track and I'm not.
Yeah, same. We'll go with that.
So I mean, it could work, but having to save 10 laps of fuel seems almost near impossible.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna want to be full send and hope that we get a yellow, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like it, but I mean, the majority of the field is single file here. I mean, our closest battle for position is Joseph Causey and Mark Whitley for 6th and 7th position. They're really the only ones in the same area code as each other right now. I mean, you got a decent little group of about 9th on back, but they're not really battling right now.
I mean, 2nd and 3rd aren't that far from each other either, though.
That's true, but they're also trying to save fuel here, so they're not going to wreck each other if they're on the same strategy,
You're hoping for somebody around 15th on back to slide and make some kind of mistake.
Hey, does anyone's arm itch?
Bringing it back to Boyer, I see. Oh, just like that, Brett Griffin has blocked you on Twitter.
Unfortunately, and I have been banned from the NASCAR playoffs indefinitely.
Yep. They're going to put Jeff Gordon in your place.
Damn, isn't he like 52?
Oh, we're talking about in the playoffs, Darby, not the booth. Gordon wouldn't be able to call this. There's no Hendrick cars out here.
That's true.
Chase Elliott in 15th.
Man, he's doing so good out there. I remember when Gordon was like the first year he was in the booth and Chase Elliott almost went flipping at Talladega. Oh, I just remember what he said. It was hilarious, dude. Be like, oh man, I hope he's okay. He almost went up into the catch fence there.
Oh, Jeff.
Sweet, innocent Jeff.
Don't miss him in the booth. Favorite driver. Did not translate well.
And on this segment of the GridVision broadcast, we are absolutely crapping on Fox broadcasters.
Yeah, here comes the Whopper commercial, by the way.
Oh God.
You
Oh
went
God,
up
I can
to
hear
it.
I can hear the Whopper commercial now.
Darby wouldn't do that to us.
He wouldn't torture us like that, would he?
No.
Yes,
This
he
is a
would. Why did I
professional
say
service
that?
we
He's
got
getting
here.
ready to play it here.
He's not gonna.
Darby would play it just to piss us off. I know he. There it is. I knew it. And we have been copyrighted. We now
So-
don't make any more money.
So how did GridVision get demonetized? You
Dark-
know, junior, double, triple, bacon, Whopper.
something like that. Whopper, 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 whopper. Your team's broken, needs a doctor.
We need a caution is what we need, man. We are so far in the weeds, dude.
I was gonna say we have officially derailed.
Like,
Train
Barry's
of
gonna
thought
look back at
equals
this and be
on.
like, why did I choose these people?
Now we have fun here in the booth. We've gone so. Our train of thought has crashed, and there were 0 survivors. That train crashed about 40 laps ago.
Yeah,
look
here
at
we
these
go.
two battling. Huh?
at
Cars
them.
going around the
Look at them
track. Yeah, Cody Henderson coming down pit road.
You got Joseph. You got
Oh, holy crap! Look at this battle going on here. Andrew Schroeder, Joshua Lucas, James Kerr, Taylor Toller, and Nathan Aldrich all kind of batched up here.
Thank you for
All right,
covering. I
so-
started smelling toast there. Oh yeah, look at this. This is the hornet's nest right here.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't even noticed this just yet.
Yeah, this right here is what Denson's wanting to see. Just a lot closer, a lot more side by side.
That is a nice paint right there.
Which one?
One of them.
It is pretty clean. I like the vintage flair to it.
My favorite scheme so far has definitely got to be James Kerr. I definitely like that paint scheme. That is definitely a nice paint scheme.
Oh, with a big move down to the bottom here.
Derek
that's the
Grigsby.
5?
Yeah, Derek Grigsby in the 5 Sharpie machine.
Oh, he is flying.
He's on fresh tires. Those are fresh tires. You cannot convince me those aren't fresh tires. And they are fresh tires because he is a lap down.
Fresh tires. I'd be scraping the manifold for jet fuel. He's booking.
He is hauling beans right now. Holy crap.
It's hauling beans. Yeah, there's a Starbucks truck behind him. He's got a pocket full of them.
Oh, we need all 3 of us on a Rated R broadcast one day. Get Brandon Edstrom in here as well. We would have way too much fun.
Oh, man, it'd be great. Especially if it's like those lawless street stock races at Oxford. It'd be a
Oh,
hoot.
God. Hey, Darby, when's the next Thunderclap Rated R race? Oh, those aren't till winter? Ah. Yeah, Thunderclap has some fun ones. I remember me and Brandon Edstrom going shot for shot at the La Curna Seca back in last November.
That sounds like
Yep.
a hoot.
That was not a fun Sunday morning at work. But back up front here, Levi McCarty coming up on that fuel window here. I mean, we've seen it all night. That fuel window sitting at about 29 or 30 laps. He's going to be about 10 laps short here, give or take.
I hear somebody clutching when they go into turn 3. I don't know if it's McCarty or someone behind him, but somebody is turning the engine off going into turn 3. I hear it every time they go by.
I believe it may be Levi McCarty, if I'm not mistaken. It is not.
I
It's
thought it was
just
hallucinating.
Ozzy.
Oh,
Kazi
he's on that
would be
aggressive
the
fuel
one
save move
saving.
right
I
now.
was going to say, Kazi would be the one fuel saving when he's the only one good on fuel.
What a try hard.
Oh, my
It makes
goodness.
you wonder, though. If he's trying to save, are these guys actually good on fuel?
Oh, yeah, this could become a fuel mileage race here, and Kazi may be the lucky man in Vegas tonight, as he's about 3.9 off of Levi McCarty, and we already know Levi McCarty's going to pit again. That's set in stone. That was set in stone a while ago. He is going to have to pit again, and there he is. He should be coming down pit road this time by. Yeah, Levi McCarty announcing he's coming down pit road here. You see him slowing down there. Taking that 21 down on to pit road. That should give the lead to the 88 of Joseph Kazi, but he's got Mark Whitley and Charlie Harcum. Actually, Harcum's a lap down, pardon me, but he's got Mark Whitley for company right behind him.
Yeah, he is. He is dumping that clutch going in there. See,
I
I've
wonder
seen on
is-
board, because that is, honestly, that can be one of the trickiest things to do. Well, we're
Wonder-
looking at the deck lid. Oh, we're...
Yeah, it doesn't look like Mark Whitley's fuel saving here, so looks like he's trying. Yeah, he's to the inside of Joseph Kazi now, so We're side by side for the lead here at Vegas, but got to remember, fuel is really tight for these guys, so you just don't know what's going to happen here. Is Mark Whitley good on fuel, or is he going to be just short here?
Causey just gave up on saving as soon as Whitley got to his inside here. I don't know, is Whitley pushing him to burn that fuel off?
Yeah, that makes me think Whitley's good because he was saving earlier in this race, or earlier in this run. I mean, he was back in about 11th after that last pit cycle, just off the edge of that huge pack, and now he's up fighting for the lead with Joseph Causey. So definitely a fuel mileage race playing out here at Las Vegas. 8 laps to go here.
And Causey got back down to the bottom there, and he dumped it again.
He did, so looks like he's only picking it up when Whitley makes a move to the inside here.
I don't know. I don't think any of these guys are safe pitting here. Can we see when the last time everybody pit was again?
Yeah, Causey and Whitley, last time they pit was like lap 110, I believe. Around there. Yeah, right at 110 for Joseph Causey.
Yeah.
Oh, Whitley up in the wall there.
Oh, Whitley into the
turn
fence.
number 1. Mark Whitley up into the wall. Puts him about 2.5 tenths off of Joseph Causey. And does that lead to the bumper being used here?
Yeah, we scraped the right side up on Whitley scraped that right side up when he got into that fence there. Don't know how much it's going to hurt him here. Remember, this is a track where you're pretty much on the throttle all the way around it, so you really got to think that aerodynamic disadvantage might play a hand for him here.
To the inside, Mark Whitley for the lead on Joseph Causey. Whitley should be good on fuel here, but I believe Causey is good as well. It's just a matter of how close are they. We don't know how close they are, unfortunately, so this is all a guessing game for us. It's Joseph Causey now.
Huge slide job there.
Yeah, power move slide job to get to the outside of the 77 of Mark Whitley. Now that's going to leave Mark Whitley with the inside line down into turn number 1. Does he make the slide job here? He does! Cuts off the nose of Joseph Causey. Causey does the switchback. These guys switching it
hard
back
on
here.
the bottom here.
Gonna be 3 wide with a lap car down into the corner here. Causey gets clear. So does Whitley, crucially.
Oh, he's not going to clear him, but he's going to try.
Oh!
A little tight racing off of turn 4 here at Vegas.
Oh, and they
beating off each other.
Stretch. Beating and banging at Las Vegas with 5 laps to go here for the win. Both these guys pushing their trucks for everything it is worth. Whitley on the seam there. Causey now on the seam as they come up off of turn number 2.
Well, I think, man, if I was Causey, I'd be going for more of an aggressive side draft down here. Oh, and he goes for it. But that wasn't, he got the door coming into turn 3 there, side by side, still leaning on each other.
Off of turn number 4. 4 laps to go at Vegas now. Causey has a big-time run on the inside, but Whitley matching his pace here. Give that lap to Mark Whitley by about a half a truck length.
And here's the question still. Who's got enough in the tank? Do they or do they not?
Causey may be backing off here.
Yeah, he's clutching it again here to 3. I can hear it.
He may be short.
He did not need to be racing Whitley there.
He didn't. I think he's, yeah.
But I don't know.
3 laps to go.
I mean, here's the question, though. Is Whitley actually good on fuel? Because these guys are running hard out here racing each other.
This is things we're going to have to see here in the next couple of laps as Mark Whitley coming to 2 to go down the back straightaway. Down into 3 and 4. He's still pushing this truck for everything it is worth. And now Causey falling off big time here, just trying to save fuel. He's got about 3 seconds back to Andrew Chapman, so he's good if he does have to save fuel. But 2 laps to go here at Vegas.
Well, what we're hearing that Whitley is good on fuel here. So right now it's just Causey's trying to stretch that tank just a little bit further to get to the end here. And if that is the case, then Whitley is just pretty much smooth sailing aside from the lap cars to get the first win in this series. As he comes out of turn 4, down the front straightaway to take the white flag.
White flag in the air for Mark Whitley in the 77 machine. Presented by Ryko Performance. Down into turn number 1. Mark Whitley plays the strategy to perfection here. as he, I believe he was your stage 2 winner in that 77 machine, somehow manages to save enough fuel to more than likely take a win here at Las Vegas. And now it is almost likely as coming off of turn number 4, Mark Whitley takes the first race of the season here in the High Slide Racing League.
Kazi's out of fuel here on the front straightaway. He just got taken by the 25 of Chapman. He's coasting back to the line.
Just short. Somehow gets third out of that. By about 0.2 of a second, Joseph Kazi keeps third position.
Just about half of them are running out of gas here in turn 1.
Oh, man, you got to love fuel mileage races.
Yep, Barry coasting.
Now, here's the question. Does Mark Whitley have enough fuel for burnouts?
He's clutching it, so the engine's still firing.
I never would have thought that Las Vegas would become a fuel mileage race.
I'm glad it did. That was pretty entertaining.
That was definitely there at the end.
What a great showing for a new league, you know. This whole race, flag to flag, aside from the stage yellows. It's great racing all the way through the field. And a great performance on Mark Whitley to get this thing, bring it back home. Shame for Kazi because he just came up just a little bit short. If he'd have pit the same lap as Whitley, it'd be a different story potentially, but...
Oh, yeah, we definitely would have had a close finish if Kazi pits a lap later there, but in your high slide winning moment here, Mark Whitley burning it down in the first inaugural race here in this league. Takes his first win of the season and takes the first league win of this league here. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take our final commercial break of the night. Stay right here. We got top 3 interviews coming your way and post-race coverage here from Las Vegas. Back live here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the High Slide Thursday Night Truck Series. And it was Mark Whitley taking stage 2 and the race win tonight. He takes a frankly dominant win over the rest of the field because Joseph Kazi running out of fuel off of turn number 4. Andrew Chapman takes home a second place after winning stage number 1. Some pretty good points for him. Joseph Kazi once again running out of fuel off of turn number 4. Had a chance at the win, but sadly wasn't able to save enough fuel. Taylor Toller, though, comes home 4th. Jordan Probst, your pole sitter, taking 5th position. Jordan Berry in 6th. James Kerr, 7th. Andrew Pendergrass in 8th. 9th is Jonathan Smith. And 10th, Scott Williams.
11th place, you have Joshua Lucas, followed in 12th by Timothy Pendergrass. 13th, you have Absolute Heartbreak for Jacob Denson, as well as Justin Burden in 14th, who both ran up front so early in this race. 15th, you have Nathan Aldrich, followed by Derek Grigsby. Charlie Harcum, Brad A. Harris, Joseph Fogg, and Levi McCarty round out your top 20.
Rounding out your 29 car field on the night, 21st Austin Pendergrass with Cody Henderson in 22nd. Another car we saw up front a lot tonight, having a bit of a rough finish here tonight. Garrett Velzy in 23rd, Andrew Schroeder in 24th, Alan Martin 25th, Jim Treat rounding out 26th, Sean Merriman in 27th, Hunter Teague in 28th, and Edward Sexton rounding out your 29 truck field here tonight. And that's going to take us straight into our post-race interviews. We have our third place and our first place finishers here tonight. First off, we got Joseph Causey here. He is standing alongside Sheldon.
Joseph, man, absolute heartbreak. I mean, I would ask you what you needed there, but it looked like you needed a couple more gallons.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just if you would have gave me like point, I don't know, about 20 or 30, we've been all right. yeah, just a little bit. I would have been all right.
So we firing the gas man this week, or what's going on back at Team Causey?
Nah, his is all on me. I didn't save with Mark whenever we went back green, and I put it on myself because like I said, I didn't save. If I would have saved and I had that extra lap like Mark had there at the end, I would have been right there with him.
Well, you looked really good out there tonight. Shame for the third place, man. It felt like you were one of the best trucks out there.
Felt pretty good. And I was glad that I was at least able to salvage the third. I seen everybody was coming, man. I stayed there at the bottom. I was hoping my truck would crawl across the line before everybody got there.
So how you feeling for next week up at Auto Club?
Man, that's gonna be tough racetrack, bumpy. It's gonna be the last racetrack till we get this new aero model for the truck. So this will be the last time we race here like this, and we'll see what we got next week after Auto Club. So hopefully it won't break it too bad.
Well, you got Dega after that, so based on how they break things, it'll either go really well and y'all will be able to race the tar out of each other, or it'll just be single file, like they seem to do every time we get an update to something for plate racing.
That's about right.
So, any thanks or shout-outs you want to lend for this one?
Thanks, Ropes and them for letting me hang out with them in their race. I try to give them some tips. I'm not with their team, but it was thanks to them for letting me hang out. Aquatic Express and GridVision, everybody putting the show together, man. It was great that we were able to get this all together like this.
Yeah, man, it was a great race you guys put on. So, you have yourself a good evening, all right, man?
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate you.
Joseph Causey, your third place finisher. Now, speaking with your inaugural race winner of the High Slide Racing League Truck Series, Mark Whitley, man. How are you feeling after that?
Feel pretty good. Was a little nervous on gas there toward the end, after we were racing Joseph there, but once we got him clear, I saw he was definitely he was short, so I didn't have to worry about it too bad, and was able to coast home and have just enough for a burnout.
Yeah, we were commenting on how close it was between you and Joseph Causey there at the end, and then we got the comment in the YouTube chat that you were good with about 3 to go. How close was it at the line? I gotta know.
I think at the line, I clutched it off of 4 in the last lap because I had a pretty big gap. I think it was 0.8 laps, so about half a gallon, 4/10 of a gallon. It was pretty close.
Yeah, fair enough. Definitely a fuel mileage race at a track you're not used to having a fuel mileage race at here at Las Vegas. And then, of course, looking ahead to next week at Auto Club, a very interesting track, I shall say. I don't like racing there, but how are you feeling about that one?
Auto Club's pretty interesting. I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be on vacation, so I'm going to miss that one. So thankfully, we're able to get a win out of the way here real quick before I have to go on vacation. But I think it's going to be, honestly, it's a lot of follow the leader, especially with this car. You're going to have to save the right front tire and get in the pack. If you get out of line, you better make the pass. If you don't, you're going to be going backwards really quick. So I think you might have more of the same as tonight. Fuel mileage might play into consideration. Just depends on how the dice roll goes for the stage cautions. So I think it probably a little bit more of the same. Drafting's probably gonna be a little bit more important there next week.
Yeah, definitely a draft important track there at Auto Club. And before we let you go celebrate your first ever win and your first career win in this league and the inaugural race win of this league. Jeez, I can't speak. Who do you gotta thank? Who gets it done for you?
I got a big shout out to Brantley over at Harpoon Design. Yeah, does all my paint jobs. Check him out at harpoondesign.com. He spots for me up on the spotter stand, helping me out, helping me call strategy and let me know what other guys are doing. So big shout out to him. If you want to get a custom paint done, check his website out at harpoondesign.com. He's got a nice little form you can fill out, to request a paint scheme. And if you just want to see some of his other work, he's got about, I think, a little bit over 2,000 paint schemes on trading paint. So plenty to look through if you want to go check out some of his previous work. And another shout out to my teammate John. I think he came home with a pretty good finish tonight too. Nice to see it. I know he's had a lot of bad luck this year in other leagues, so kind of glad he was able to have a full solid race and have a good finish. And then I guess shout out to the league. Great for this series to come back. I know it was around a couple years ago and they've had a few years off, and now we're back at it, so I'm kind of glad to be back over here and hopefully continue where we left off.
Hey, fair enough. Congratulations on the win tonight, Mark, and hopefully we'll get to see you here in a couple of weeks at Talladega. And enjoy your vacation, man.
Thank you.
That was Mark Whitley, your race winner, and that's about going to do it for us tonight. Of course, before we get going, gotta look at our schedule for the rest of the week. And of course, we don't got any NIS tomorrow because it is All-Star Week in real life. But that will be back next week at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600. We'll be live with second split coverage of the Coca-Cola 600 next week at 8 o'clock Eastern. And of course, Saturday, got the Speedway 500 for the major series. The good old Indy cars are back on the air here on GridVision. That's going to be a good one. Me and Justin Prince on the call, 9 o'clock Eastern. Be there or be square. And that's going to do it for the rest of the week. But before we get going here tonight, any final thoughts from you, Sheldon? I know tonight was a very, very good race.
Oh, it was an incredible race. Lots of good racing throughout the field. No yellows. That when you come here and run trucks and you don't get yellows, it's pretty amazing. These guys that run this league and run in it have a lot to be proud of after that one. And it's going to be interesting to see them see where they progress. Had a blast up here tonight.
Well, that's going to do it from us here at GridVision tonight. From the entire GridVision team, we'd like to thank you for watching and participating in the chat. For more information on getting your league broadcasted or starting your career in broadcasting, contact us on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Special thanks to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash Sim Cams, providing the cams used on tonight's broadcast. And congratulations to Mark Whitley on winning tonight's race from Las Vegas. This has been Nick Stein, Sheldon Atkins, and of course, Austin Derbyshire in the booth. We'll see you next time on the grid.